Right, perfect. So, welcome everyone. This is the SIG scheduling meeting, and this meeting is recorded. So, yeah, nice. Let's get started. So the first one is KubeCon presentation discussion. So, yeah, I haven't done anything. I have to start. So I checked with several folks from sub projects, and actually most of them are saying that they don't have much update. So I just removed, I think they just removed Quark, scheduler plugins, and I'm not sure what's the remaining ones. Scheduling deep dive. Yeah, that scheduler, they said they have some updates, so I asked them to write things. So yeah, simulator, this is mine. I have to write something. And Q, regarding Q as well, they said that they have many updates, right? But they also said that they don't have much time to update the slides. So I just asked them to give us some, new feature list so that we can build the slide for this page. And yeah, I'm just waiting the response from them. I think regarding sub projects, we only have 3 this time, I think. And other pages, I have to draft my parts.
Okay, so you know which part is who. So do you want to discuss something? I created this entry for you to I don't know. Do you want to present it before the KubeCon to some kind of rehearsal? Do you want?
I'm not. I don't know. We usually don't do that.
Okay.
But yeah, actually, yeah. Last time I think we just finished our slide just before the presentation time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. It would be nice though. I think depending on how soon we complete the slide preparation, we may be able to, do some practice beforehand.
Yes, I will finish my parts this week. So probably we could
Nice.
also ping the Q team, our bots from Google to just give us some updates so could fill the Q slide as well.
Nice. Nice, thanks. That's gonna be helpful.
Okay, so I will do the DRA site. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately I won't be there, so we won't
Oh,
be.
really?
Yeah.
You aren't coming to the KubeCon London?
So yeah. I don't plan to be there.
Okay.
There was no funding, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
At least I don't know anything about that. So yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah, next time.
So
Okay.
it would be
At
great
least,
to meet in
yeah,
Krakow.
yeah, exactly. We can meet there.
Okay, so we will do it
Yes, let's do it.
this week.
I'll try to make it by Friday or something within this week so that we can start some practice and stuff. Right.
Okay.
So this is it. Anything else on that? Okay. Let's proceed. With this highlight. Oh yeah, this is coming. I guess we haven't yet posted, right?
Yeah, I can post it, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not a problem. Just I wanted to make sure that this is the only thing that we can mention. So the pop, but maybe you think it's worth to say about something else.
Well, I think these are pretty much it.
Okay, so you think those promotions are because I don't see that people are posting it. They just
They
post it.
are
Yeah.
posted. You can check and they are like
Can you say again?
like they are posting these updates. Like Peter moved to GA in 153, so we should post this
Okay.
also.
Oh,
Yeah, we can do that.
okay. So some of them do. Okay, so we will have all those updates together, right?
Yes.
So we can.
Yes. We can post all those. Nice. Thanks.
Okay, so I can prepare it. Unless Maciek, you want to do it.
You can prepare if you want.
Okay. Yeah, and I think we can. We should discuss what shall we do for the next release.
Yeah,
And
this
right,
is the main topic of today.
yeah. So I think you brought up this problem with linking scheduler.
Linking this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a long-lasting problem that if you develop some plugins, then you have to import Kubernetes itself, right? But on the other hand, we don't recommend people importing Kubernetes repository. So basically, the common solution for it is that using staging repo and you know, let developers import the staging repo instead of Kubernetes main repository. So there was old, discussion for it. So most of the dependencies are cleaned up already, but there are some left. But I mean, that's very a few. So yeah, all those dependencies have to be, somehow resolved before moving. But I think that's not the big deal. So I
Okay.
want
So.
to,
Hmm?
yeah,
So you mean it would be good to get rid of those dependencies before we can think about the move, right?
yes, but we don't have to deal with all those actually. As I said here, I guess. Well, well, which one? So, okay, so first, we have to decide which parts we want to move, actually. So there was, several ideas here. Uh, The first one is the scheduling framework. And as I said, it's to help the custom plugin developers. They won't have to import Kubernetes main repository anymore if we can move scheduling framework outside. And the other one is entry plugin implementation. So it's mainly for the project like Desk who are using custom plugin implementation itself to build some of their logic.
Mm-hmm.
But looks like, I don't know, we actually haven't got any response from the scheduler team, so I'm not sure if it's still, something that they want.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there are mainly those two motivations, and I'd like to focus on the first one, move the scheduling framework outside to help the custom plugin developers. And for those, we don't have to export all the implementation of scheduling framework. We just have to export the types and interfaces, like plugin interfaces and stuff. Because usually, custom plugin developers only have to import those types and interfaces. They don't have to know, they don't have to know how those interfaces are implemented inside. So if we just want to, yeah, I mean types and interfaces like within package schedule framework types and got. So I listed all those dependencies, but within these dependencies, we probably only have to resolve this one, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have to export runtime framework.go, so we don't have to resolve this one and don't have to resolve the other one as well. So that's my current, expectation. And
So
that's
is
the reason
anyone
I
from
said it's gonna be not hard. Sorry?
the scheduler team like open for contribution to this effort?
I'm not sure. I mean, this scheduler thing is another story because the scope is different. As for the first motivation, uh, we only have to move the types and interfaces that I mentioned. But for the second one, we have to move all the plugin implementations as well. So that's gonna be a huge uh, scope than first one.
Mm-hmm.
So my suggestion, my proposal is that for now we just focus on the first one. So we gonna move the types and interfaces so that at least custom plugin developers don't have to import Kubernetes main repository anymore. And then after that, if the scheduler team responses back and they say they want to import Kubernetes scheduler plugin as well, then I don't know, we can ask them or we can take the effort ourselves. So I think I consider these two motivations separately. We can just do the first one for now, and probably the second one could be later.
Okay, so right, we have a few other things that are
Mhm.
probably bigger ones. So I'm really not sure if we can commit to everything. So we need to go through like all the things that we have. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
So
So
at the beginning, we have this scheduling loop asynchronous calls. I think this is super nice to have. The first one.
all right, this one, right? Yes,
Yeah.
I think so too.
So the reason is that if we think about gang scheduling, it's very important to have the scheduling loop free of any API calls that are blocking it.
Yeah,
So I imagine that gang scheduling is something that need to reprocess several times the same pods and try to like place them differently.
mhm.
And for that, if anytime we go put something to unschedulable queue, we have to update something in API server. So if we were able to skip those, well, not skip, to do those updates asynchronously, that would probably greatly speed up this whole process.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reason I was thinking about even creating some queues to skip updating, it's because I'm in my mind this gang scheduling may require so many like turnarounds that some updates may be simply not necessary because we have yet another like retry to place a pod.
So
And
you mean the discussion in this thread, right?
yes, that was
Yeah,
discussion
so
here.
so in any ways, I think this one and this one, they could be related, and we should, you know, we should think them together, discuss them together.
Right. So,
Yeah,
that I think the the overall like the direction is to make this scheduling loop free of API calls. That would be, in
yeah,
my opinion, uh, something we should go toward.
yeah. So yeah. Anyways, there are several, ideas that are discussed that discussed here. So we have to compare all of them and make the proper decision. I think
Okay.
because
So do
regarding
you think
Q, yeah, regarding queuing, yeah, as I said in this thread, regarding queuing, idea, I'm not sure if that's. Hmm, I imagine that's gonna be very complicated, especially the cancel stuff, because we
Mhm.
have to track which API call is, you know, which API call is for
overreach?
which object and which API call can be canceled by which API call. So we have to track all those. So canceling stuff gonna be that's gonna be awesome, but maybe we can find the better way to implement that.
Yeah,
So we
maybe
have
it's not even necessary in the first implementation. Maybe making it
yeah,
just
exactly.
asynchronous, it's good enough for now.
Hmm.
So we don't have to do everything at once. I agree. The question is, so do you think you will be able to take part in this discussion and CAP review
Yeah,
during your trip?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So I think you know, uh, taking the implementation and hosting the cap would be hard for me, but reviewing them would be okay.
And so probably I would be able to. That's right, that. before my trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how Maciek, how your trip affects the? So it's also
Yeah,
3 weeks.
for the it's 3 weeks. So for the last two whole weeks before the enhancements freeze, I will be already like after the trip. So we could be able to finish the cap before that.
Okay. So I think this will be one of the
For Python.
hard things to agree on, and implementation maybe it will be. It depends what we decide. But if we go with asynchronous, it's probably will be similar to async preemption.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it won't be that complicated and we maybe this is something that we should start from.
Yeah, so I think we can at least start it in the next vivid sprint and see if, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We can try. We can
Yeah,
try as much as we can. And if we cannot make it within the time schedule, then yeah, that's what that is.
yeah. So the second thing is this nominated node name. This, however, is something that uh, like inspired me to think about more generic approach, because nominated no names, what we are thinking about using it is a sort of reservation of resources. So if the scheduler is reporting a nominated no name for a given pod, it means that more or less it communicates that those resources should be reserved.
Mhm.
So there are, a few discussions that we have internally, between um, cluster autoscaler. They are also thinking about making some sort of reservations. So there are some preliminary discussions about how those things should look like. And yeah, there are no conclusions, but what I'm trying to say is that uh, I would probably do it earlier, but introducing the concept of reserving resources is something that we should do carefully to make it future proof. Um, that's why it's not super clear to me how exactly we should do that.
Yeah,
On
it's
the
going to be a crucial element for the scheduling and autoscaling. So we should, design it very carefully, I think.
Yeah, so
So we,
this has a great potential, and I was even thinking about using nominated nodes more in our in-memory resource model. So, for instance, if you do gang scheduling, then okay, in gang scheduling we do assume, so it's actually nominated.
in memory.
Yeah, it's not necessary that much. But I think there were cases when we could set nominated node name in memory to, for instance, if we have a lot of unschedulable pods, and if sometimes they can fit somewhere in memory, but still we consider them unschedulable. If we could set a nominated node name for them, so each time we reprocess those pods, and if they already have a preliminary assignment, we could basically skip reassigning it to, like, looking for another place for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking probably not in this really cycle, but somewhere in the future, whether it has a potential to speed up reprocessing unschedulable pods. Obviously, we cannot do that for pods which requires scaling, auto scaling, because we simply don't have nodes for them, so we cannot assign it to anything. But I think we have some situations in which we could have some placement, but we don't do that. There is an example, I think, that pods cannot depend on other pods which are not assumed yet. Depend, I mean, to depend in terms of pod affinity.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is not something I'm planning to do. It's something I have in mind. And so yeah, I will see what we can do here, but I think that the most important element is to setting nominated no name in scheduler to inform cluster to scaler that something that scheduler planned to bind some pod.
Mm-hmm.
So we have binding conditions DRA feature, but it haven't went through yet. So I think the biggest delay binding scenario is in the persistent volume plugin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's also somehow related to those asynchronous API calls, because potentially we could set nominated no name every time before binding, but of course it doesn't make sense to set it when we have binding following right away. So we either have to detect the cases when this binding may be delayed.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about those skipping updates, particularly in this scenario as well. So maybe
Yeah, that's a good point.
we will not be
We,
able to set nominated no name because the binding happens right after. So, but I'm
yeah,
not sure if
right.
it's a good idea.
Right. Probably, as you said, we don't have to set nominated no name every time because yeah, the only case that we have to is probably if the pod is using yeah volume stuff, and I don't know, probably DOA in the long term as well. But those would be the only case that we probably have to set nominated node name before entering the binding cycle. Other than that, probably I mean, the pods will be just going to the binding phase. So, I mean, binding plugin right after that. So probably we don't have to set nominated node name every time, but I'm not sure how we can detect which pod have to get nominated the node name and which is not. We have to discuss.
Yeah. So another case I was thinking of, uh, we have those gang scheduling plugins. So if you have some set of pods that are already waiting on permit,
Mm.
so it would make sense to inform some external schedulers that those set of pods are preliminary assigned somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Otherwise, cluster scaler might, scale down the node
Yeah,
that will get those waiting ports, but the crossout scaler doesn't know which ports will be coming to the node, so it might scale down the node.
yeah, but this is
Yeah,
yet another case because those pods are waiting on permit. They don't
yeah,
do binding yet. So setting nominated node name in at binding is too late for gang scheduling.
yeah. We have to set it uh, at the very beginning of this binding cycle, even before wait on permit, I think. As you said, uh, after wait on
Yeah,
permit would be, would be late for some cases. So probably we have to, so at the binding cycle, we have to set nominated node name at the very beginning of it, and then wait on permit.
yeah. So the question is whether that would be something that is set by the plugin, for instance, gang scheduling plugin, or whether it should be set by framework.
That's a good point because
If we set it by framework, then of course we will set it for every single case. So yeah, okay. We don't have to discuss it now, but these are the concerns, and
yeah, let's have those in mind and bring it up when we have a cap or something for it.
yeah. So I think it will take us some time to discuss it. Yeah. What else we have? So I heard like requests from the DRA team that we should rethink how we do scoring. They want to have scoring implemented in NDRA plugin, but they are raising some concerns about how we do this. So I think we will
Mhm.
have to at least discuss and be prepared for a discussion what to change, how to change it.
Yeah.
I don't have. So my first thought is that in general in the array we are missing ability to schedule a set of pods together. And
Mhm.
what is in my mind important is to have be able to calculate a score for this whole set of pods, because only then you will get some meaningful data about the pods placement, how good
Mhm.
they were placed or not. Uh, so I think sooner or later we will have to get deeper into gang scheduling and especially this scoring. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably, I guess I remember we discussed it at the last meeting as well. So the scoring for several sets of pods, they cannot be evaluated in the current scheduler's way because the current scheduler, give the scores for each pod, not the group of pods. So we have to find the best places for those pods. We probably have to evaluate all those pods together, and we probably have to pick up the set of nodes that get the total score higher, the highest.
mhm.
So that's something the current scheduler doesn't have, and yeah, that's sooner or later we have to find out the best way for it.
Yeah.
And
So we definitely need to figure out how to group pods.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I think there should be many different objects which are composed of several pods. So we already have like job sets, replica sets. Those could become objects that scheduler can understand as well, and group the pods that are that like refer to them, or that they they are assigned to a higher level object, and we could understand them as a group.
Yeah, but the difficulty here is that it's not always, right? I mean, we don't have to always consider them as a group, right? In some cases, we don't have to, we can just schedule them one by one, especially replica set or something. If they don't have any interpart scheduling constraints, then probably we can just schedule them one by one, and we don't have to consider them as a group. I don't know. We may get a better result if we consider them as a group, but at least we don't have to.
Good point. Yeah.
So yeah, but as you said, in some cases we have to. So yeah,
Yeah. So maybe
we
the
have.
object should specify whether it should be considered for group scheduling or not.
Yeah. So, but the problem is that replica set or some other job set, we can consider who is the owner of the pod based on owner reference or something on the pod. But otherwise, we yeah. So mm, I mean, we want to find some general way to determine whether these pods should be considered as a group or not, but I'm not sure if there is such a way, Wendy.
Okay, so anyway, we have so there are few scheduling related topics. Dynamic pod resize. I think so far they have some beta implementation, but it does not affect scheduler that much. But I think they will soon be working on pod level resources resizing, and I think it may impact scheduler somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not certain about that, but I think those may become topics.
Okay, so the remaining time is the finish time is coming. So let's have a conclusion on the priority for the next is. So probably this one and the call for this one, yeah, and the other one, yeah. and the other one is DOS stuff is always there.
Yeah.
And
And I think I will mainly focus on the nominated node and probably
yeah,
reservations in a sense of
mhm,
conceptual.
yeah, for long term, right? Was
Yeah, so I think I hope I will have something for this cycle for setting nominated no names, but yeah, but it's not super clear because, as I said, it would be good to have a long-term plan first and do something that is aligned with this plan.
Yeah, exactly. And we also have to ask the reviews from the odd scaling group as odd scaling, yeah, odd scaling as well. So we have to get the agreement with them as well. Might, but yeah, let's see. Okay, I guess that's it.
Okay.
Anything else you
Yes.
want to add? All right. All right. So we don't have any other topics today. Probably finish a bit earlier than the time.
Okay.
Okay. So have a great day, everyone, and see you
Yeah.
in the next meeting.
Yeah. Have a safe trip
And
to
yeah,
London.
thanks. Yeah, I'll see you in London, Max.
Yes, see you.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll stop the recording. No, stop recording.